This is the Sunday edition of the 217 Recovery Podcast. Tonight's episode was carefully selected by Marney.
Could be little, could be big. But going back out is not the answer.
Sit back, relax, or do whatever it is you do, and enjoy Marney's Sunday night replay.
It might be childish, sure, but that's kind of what drugs do, you know?
This is the 217 Recovery Podcast with Corey Winfield.
You know, when people like reach out and ask for help and it's something as simple as, hey, shipping her a box of tampons.
The one thing about this girl is she's never asked me for anything. She may have hinted about tampons.
13th of September, 2020. My name is Corey Winfield, and this is the 217 Recovery Podcast. In the studio tonight, Marney Liston.
Hey.
And Nico. Can't hear her. She's a cat, and, well, she's doing her thing. Sorry, Marney told me not to mention it, and of course I had to. Like a child. But no, today it was a good little day in recovery, except I wasn't feeling so hot today, though. Mm-hmm. I took some supplements, supposed to make me a man. And at first, I don't know, I thought, oh, maybe my liver's not reacting to this, because it's the same feeling I had when, I was really sick and when my liver stopped working. So probably not as intense. And in my psychology class today, it tells you how you don't remember things right and this and that, but it's pretty, it's pretty close to the same feeling. I didn't have the, like someone just stabbed me in the stomach pain, but I had the nausea, just it was hell, man. And you asked me, you're like, is it like a hangover? And I was like,
no, I didn't say that. I said, is it worse than withdrawals?
Oh, that's what it was. And no. Right. No. Not worse than withdrawals.
You got to put things in perspective.
Mm-hmm. It makes me just so glad that I don't have to do that anymore. It used to be, because today's Sunday, it's football. I'd have been passed out by, games here start at 1. So I'd have been passed out by 2 o'clock, probably 3.
I believe it.
And then I remember I would wake up and it would be dark out and I would see it like at 7. And I'm like, wait, is it morning? Mm-hmm. I remember one time I started getting ready for work.
Oh, yeah.
And it was that night, and then it hit me and I was like, oh, cool. Means I can drink more. That's what I thought, I guess. And then I remember I would try to not drink anymore and I would lay in bed and just, detox. And I didn't even realize I was detoxing at that point. I remember it was when I was into The Walking Dead, and I would watch that and just lay there in bed and just, oh man, just hated it. It's so miserable. I'm so glad that I don't have to do that anymore.
Yeah.
I mean, that is just one of the upsides. I mean, there's so many upsides for me, not drinking anymore. That's just one of them. That's just an obvious perk. That you can wake up refreshed. And yeah, some days I wake up and I'm like, man, I don't feel like doing this today. Sometimes I'm like,
man.
But you know what? I get up and do it anyway. Right. But it's not because I'm physically ill because I drank or I need to drink. Mm-hmm. So that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah. What else didn't you want to talk about that we can talk about real quick?
No, I wanted to talk about, I got a phone call this morning from a woman that I know she went through the treatment center, and I got a call, and I've texted her back and forth, I think, occasionally, and I've seen her on Facebook, and she's been looking really good, and everything's been going well for her. And my phone rings at like 7:30 in the morning, and I'm like, something tells me to pick up the phone, So I answer it, and she's not doing well. And I told her right off the bat, I said, well, first off, breathe, calm down, and I'm proud of you for making a phone call, Yeah. Like right off the bat, I didn't want to I didn't go into freak out mode because that's the last thing that she needed. And, we talked for a minute, and she explained, some stuff that was going on. And her concern was, she had, I think at this point, 6 months of sobriety, clean. And I believe her DOC or drug of choice was heroin. And she had relapsed. And so 6 months clean, we can talk a little bit about a thing called tolerance and, how that plays a part when people relapse. And it's a scary thing. It's a real freaking scary thing. And, I never knew her when she was using before. So, that piece obviously was, I didn't have input in terms of like how much or I didn't know how much she had used this particular time. So I was just trying to get, gather some information from her. But my biggest concern was that she had felt like that what she had taken was something that she didn't know what it was. And that it was an unfamiliar person that she had gotten it from. And that she was going over her symptoms. And, I don't know what was going through her head in general because, I think there was, first off, she's dealing with the guilt and shame. Second off, she hadn't used in a long time. And she didn't know what the heck was going on. And, she didn't know if she was having, going into some kind of just like a tweak mode kind of thing. And she was hallucinating or I wasn't sure, but I said the safest bet is, she said she tried to call her sponsor and her sponsor didn't pick up the phone. I said, no, don't get mad at your sponsor. You probably call your sponsor every day. And this just happened to be a Sunday that she didn't pick up the phone. But I just told her that it was a good idea for her to go get checked out at the hospital. And she says, I feel stupid and, they don't want to see me, I just did drugs and blah, blah, blah. I said, well, you need to know what's in your body because you have no effing clue what this individual gave to you and what you, have, taken into your body. So, and she listened to me and I was thinking about her even after we hung up the phone. I told her to, check in with me and she did. So she went and got, tested and everything. And, the results came back and she did take something that she didn't know was what she had been told was given to her. And so that just goes to show you never trust a drug dealer. I don't know what the moral of the story is here, but, I'm not trying to make light of this at all. It was a serious scare for her. And, I'm glad that I was there to pick up the phone, but, she's going to head back to treatment, it looks like. And, I just told her to call me whenever she needed to. So, stuff like that happens. And I am grateful to pick up the phone. I have, if anything, if you try 5 people, hopefully the 6th person will pick up. You know what I mean? And it might have been a time that I didn't pick up the phone, and I hope to God that she wouldn't have given up after that, and hope she would have tried somebody else. So,
Well, she got you in good job. That was really good advice too, by the way. When you told me earlier, you're like, I told her to go to the hospital, and first I thought, oh, she's probably not going to do that. But what's the doctor? You're going to walk in, the doctor's going to say,
Man.
had somebody coming earlier with a match car shoved up his butt, this is, okay, we don't know what drugs you were given. Yeah, we'll figure that out, they're not going to look at you. And even if they do, man, who cares? Like, if you're feeling that kind of way, if you're sure, like, man, this isn't the right stuff that somebody slipped me, go get it checked out.
Yeah.
Don't feel any kind of way about it. And then, if you need to, just take a Matchbox car and stick it up your bum. And then you can go in and be like, hey, doc.
And while you're at it, check
I think I did some drugs. I'm not sure. Somebody gave me something. And I got a Matchbox car up my butt. Can you get that out too, man?
Yeah.
Thank you. Like, you won't even feel bad about them drugs anymore. You'd be like,
Yeah. No, they have to. I mean, they have to listen to you, stuff like that. And especially if you go in there, I calmed her down enough that, you have the right to say, I need to know what's in my body, what I've ingested. I need to know that I'm not, if there's something that I could do, that could counteract it, or that at least you could know if I need to have, who knows what.
You want to know, like,
it's freaking like poison.
Yeah. Because you thought you bought a Mustang and really it was a tractor. I mean, that's going to change the whole dynamic of everything that just got shoved up your butt, So you're really going to want to get that identified and get that out there as quick as you can. And then while you're at it, just say, hey,
Yeah.
But no, for real.
Yeah, number one thing, though.
Not a tractor. That's... Oh.
Yeah, okay.
That happens.
I know. I have worse
a guy.
stories. My friend in high school, her mom worked in the ER, and I have tons of stories. No,
Tell us one.
No.
Why?
Because...
You don't have them.
Yes, I do.
Cool.
Yes, I do.
No, you don't.
Oh, my gosh. Why are we changing? I was talking about something serious.
And we're still talking about serious stuff.
Fine.
You said you had tons of stories.
Can I first say that I'm really proud of her, first off, that she made the phone call and that she followed through and that she's going to be okay. So.
Does she listen to the show?
She does.
No, she doesn't.
Yes, she does. I mean, maybe she hasn't lately. I don't
she
know.
Probably
but
fell off the show. See, that's what happened when people stop listening to the show. You know?
Oh, wait. Yeah. No.
We go right back to it, man.
She's a beautiful soul. She's a wonderful person.
Yeah,
and I really hope she finds her way back.
Marney does,
So, anyway. Oh, yeah. You want to hear a story?
Yes.
ER story?
Yes, ER story.
This is a true story.
Oh, my God.
But I've heard that it's happened before from weird situations. Anyway, so this man comes in and he had... That's the funny part? No. It's not even funny. Like, I feel bad.
All right, so guy came in.
I don't feel bad, but it's embarrassing for him. But anyway, he had... there was this big thing that had been on, like... I guess he'd seen on some sort of porn site of some kind. And he had shoved like this glass tube up his rectum and bought like a live gerbil.
No, that's...
Yeah.
Those
I swear,
are stories.
I know this is not a story. This comes from, and the glass broke in his rectum. So he
What happened to the gerbil?
I don't know.
Did he get that far?
No, I don't know.
I don't know.
This was when I was like almost too young to probably have heard that story, but it actually
that an
happened.
ex of yours?
No.
That was funny. But yeah, that's crazy. What's your like most embarrassing trip to the ER story?
Mine's embarrassing, but it's not really embarrassing. I mean, it's like...
I'll tell you mine if you tell me yours.
Okay, fine. Well, mine was that... I told this, I think, before on the podcast. I had broke both my lower leg bones in half. And this was when I was younger, and I was a big soccer player. It was like my life. And I was in a, plaster cast and in a wheelchair for a long time. And everybody was like, oh, my God, soccer? Like, what happened? How it happened? And I was like, no, I tripped over a dog, which is the truth.
But you got real sassy, though, with the doctor, right?
Yeah, I did.
Fix it. No,
I guess I said like every swear word that I knew of at the time in the 5th grade.
Hell.
Oh, no, I was calling her all kinds of names and telling her she couldn't do her job and she was stupid and, yeah. Wow. So, but, yeah, my dad... I was right in front of my dad, too, which he was shocked. He was like, I didn't even know you knew those words. But that was embarrassing. I mean, it's not, like, embarrassing, like, blush or anything about it.
You were going to do the...
But it was like, I wanted to have
and then you broke a tube up your butt.
Yeah, that was not me, obviously. But I wanted to have a cool story, like, yeah, I was, street fighting or something. So, or, pushed a wonderful child out of the way of traffic and
I thought you were going to say something else when you were talking about pushing a child. I thought
No.
You were gonna say out of,
No.
You said the way. Yeah.
What about your story?
Oh. Okay. Well, I got a couple of them. I would say the one that was the most, I don't know about embarrassing, because at the time I wasn't really embarrassed.
Should I be scared right now?
Yeah. No, I mean, you could probably talk about it with my mom at Christmas or something. I don't know. But like I said, I wasn't really embarrassed at the time, but looking back at it, it's like, that sucks that happened. I came to. I mean, I was never out. I was never asleep. And this is kind of goes back to your saying earlier that tolerance, when we build up that tolerance, and then we take 6 months off or 5 months off or whatever. You take some time off and you go right back just as hard. that's when I started having my blackouts. And anyway, I'm in the hospital, and then poof, I'm in the hospital. I'm like, the hell? Like I time traveled there almost, And my stepdad's there. There's like a nurse there, and my mom's sitting there in a chair just with that look on her face, like,
oh, God.
And I remember she was like so excited, sort of, because my stepdad hadn't believed her when she was like, oh no, I took Corey and we went there and he blew a .58 something, and my no, he would be dead. My mom was like, no, he's talking, walking, like, no, like the doctors couldn't believe it. Like, no, honey, he blew them. No, you meant like a .05. She's like, no, 0.5. And the stepdad was just beside himself. So my mom, when I came to, I look over and she has got that face, and then they came in and she's like, see, Michael, see, I told you, and he was just like, had the look in his face like, I can't believe it even, like he was just like, holy hell. Mm-hmm. Like, wow. And I look down, I'm like, where's my pants? I'm freeballing down there, I'm like, they took my pants off or something. I don't know why, but they took my pants. Maybe I had a belt on or something. They thought I was going to hurt myself. I don't know. But I'm just naked. So I was like, huh, can I get a little something? Can I get like a shirt or something put on? Hey, Mom, where'd you guys get here?
On the bed?
No, just standing there.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, and in the room, just like, I don't know. Like, I bet that was kind of weird for them, because I don't know what I was talking about before, but it was like I was abducted by aliens, and then boom, I came back. I was like, whoa, what are we doing here? Like, it would have been really weird from her side of it for her to be talking to me, or who knows what the hell I was saying, and then to just be like, what are we doing here? Like, where's my pants? Like, who took my pants? Like, this is not, hi, can I get something, a blanket or something, maybe a towel? A big long towel, because I'm fat, not for what you were thinking. But no, like, yeah, that would have been interesting. I mean, I really don't want to have that conversation with her, because, again, I don't want to bring up my past to where it's going to be taking me back to a wrong place. I don't think I'm that secure in my recovery right now. Mm-hmm. But, one day we can revisit that stuff. Like, of course, I talk about it now on the podcast because it's funny, but, like, I think if my mom were to sit and talk about it with me, I think I would get really emotional.
She would too. I
mean, when I asked her to be, part of 217 recovery, like, I started bawling. I'm tearing up right now. Mm-hmm. Like, there's so much emotion that goes into that. And I saw a lady posted on our Facebook that she had 2 years, and she was like, I can't stop crying. Is that normal? And I was like, I did the same thing. Mm-hmm. Like, it's some kind of emotional, it's not bad, but it's weird. It's happy tears, I guess, or...
No, they are. I do it too. I'll find myself, it'll be like in the middle of the day, in the middle of a conversation, and I'll get on a little, I don't want to say soapbox, but you know what I mean? Kind of like something you're passionate about. Mm-hmm. And then all of a sudden I'm like in it, like full blown, just feeling all the feelings. And yeah, it's not a bad thing.
No.
It's how we deal with things, I know
that, like all the bad times, that's why she didn't give up on me. She knew that there was something in there. She didn't know what, she didn't know I was going to start a company and do a podcast and help other people in many different ways. She had no idea of that, but she knew that I was better than, that guy that was just drinking all the time, or the guy that would always go back to the alcohol because he had a problem or he didn't know how to deal with a situation in his life. But that's what I knew. That's what I did. And I had to write a paper, sort of, not really, but do a little something for my psychology class tonight. And we watched the video, and I made you watch it with me. There was this doctor, I guess he was a brain surgeon or something, and he was from Connecticut, Don't judge him for that. But see, that was
a random point. That's nothing to do with anything, but
I'm just saying. He was talking about how he had to get like electroshock therapy, or this is called something else, like more official than electroshock therapy. But anyway, how that saved his life. And, he was in the 60s, really depressed, and he went through a divorce, and he couldn't get out of bed till noon, and they started pushing his surgeries back, and then they stopped giving him surgeries and went full-fledged depression and this and that, and he went to this place, and he was there for 4 months, and they were going to give him a lobotomy, and then they're like, no, so their doctor, blah, blah, blah. But he didn't say anything about substance use.
No, but he slipped in that he's self-medicated.
Yeah.
Real nonchalantly.
But it's like, how much of that had a role in his depression? Because he's trying to say the therapy, the shock therapy saved his life, and this and that. And I don't know, man. I've met a lot of great salesmen, oh, really? So I put that in here and it'll be a time machine? I've been duped on eBay once or twice. But, just kidding. But yeah, so whatever he's going to say, he's going to say. But it's just the things that he left out of it, and then the whole, I went to 20 treatments of electroshock therapy and then all was good. It wasn't until like the 19th time that. So that's 19 weeks, or are you going twice a week? Did you stop taking medication then? Did they switch it up maybe because they had you on some hardcore stuff? Because I don't know. There's a lot of things that he left out, to just go, I put these things in my head and got zapped and I'm better. I don't know. A lot of factors in there. The fact that was he drinking? Was he using? Those are the things I wanted to know. But fantasy football, you did good on that today, right?
No,
I didn't either.
I watched some, though.
Yeah. That didn't make me feel like, I don't know. I was trying to do homework. I got sick. And it just wasn't good. That whole getting sick on a Sunday just made me feel like some kind of way. I didn't like it at all. And, when we went, because I was like, God, gotta go to the bedroom and lay down. So I turned on TV in there, and that's when Tom Brady was on. And I don't know. I didn't feel, I was like, I've watched too much of this, and I didn't really even watch anything. We had the Red Zone on or something when I was doing homework, but just that whole, that's what I would do. Just get drunk the whole day until I passed out, and then wake up, and then lay there and suffer. Oh my God. I don't ever want to go back to that.
Yeah.
I used to say, I think you could pay me enough, but I don't think you could. I really don't want to go back to that. It's so bad. And things are fine right now. I don't need $1 million anyway.
Hey.
I just blow it. I have a boat. Oh, now I got a boat. Ooh, one more thing the bank can take away one day. I don't know, man.
Boats are way too much work.
Yeah. I'd just buy Nico a house, or at least another room she could use a litter box in instead of our studio.
Let's start with that.
Yeah. So I do want things in life, see? I have goals. But, no. Yeah, so be careful with that if, football was a trigger for some people, or if that's what you did. And, that's why we started the 217 Recovery Sober League. Last year was my first year of actually completing a whole season sober. And it was something that I loved to do so much, and I knew that I would have a hard time, trying to do something that I did. I still haven't been golfing, since I've been sober. That's something I did when I was just drunk, but I don't like golf as much as I like fantasy football, so that one was going to be a tough one. So, getting my friends involved to join the league was great, and actually some people fell off during the season, but, that's fine. We were there to help them through it, and you create a bond when you're, in a league like that. And that's something that I really love about fantasy football. And I mean, you pick the players you pick. It's like throwing a dart at a board, yeah, I picked, Jacobs. Yeah, I'm so smart. No, you just had that order in the draft, whatever, man. If you found them in the 8th, 9th, 10th round, sure. I was hoping Antonio Gibson would hit. Not so much. And that's good. Like, all my bench didn't score anything because those are players I took later. And, that's what the bench player's for. You throw some darts and hopefully you hit. But, I don't know. It's fun, though. And, hopefully next week will be a lot better because I'm not taking those supplements anymore. Oh. So, yeah, never, ever again in my life am I taking those. That's just too much. Yeah. So, yeah, so next Sunday, and, maybe just watch one game.
There you go.
I don't have to sit there and watch the red zone. And I don't watch much TV anymore anyway. So that was like I don't like this. I'm doing homework anyway, but I'm kind of not. And so, yeah. I don't know how the challenge is going or the 217 game.
Yeah. Make the bed challenge.
Yeah. If you listen to the last podcast, it's the make the bed challenge. Go ahead and make your bed in the morning. Do it tomorrow. When you get up, think, oh, crap, that's right. Or maybe you're listening to the podcast right now. Run home. If you're already in the car heading to work, turn back around. Go take a picture or take one when you get home. Take a picture of your bed made. All right? And then I want you to email it to, and you can do it right from your phone. Just take the picture and then, poop, hit the little send thing, the little box with the arrow up. Hit that, and then send it to an email. Anna, ANNA, at 217recovery.com.
Yeah,
and
do it.
In the subject line, put recovery bed or something like that.
Yeah.
And because Anna doesn't listen very much. And I don't blame her. She's busy. And it's hard when we do 4 podcasts a week.
Yeah.
It's hard to keep up sometimes, but she doesn't listen. So we were talking about it in the last podcast. If you didn't hear that, go back and listen to that one too when you're done with this one. But yeah, so send her picture of your made bed because I'm waiting for her to send me a text going, Corey, people keep sending me pictures of their bed, man. What's up with that?
Yeah.
I'm like,
but
oh my God.
Just for people who weren't listening, we'll just recap the Make the Bed Challenge. And we were talking about how if you only do one thing in a day, from when you get up, it only takes a few minutes. Make your bed, you know what I mean? While you're making your bed, think about what are you going to do today, and how, you're sober enough to make your bed and you're going to stay sober today. And then you're going to be able to come home tonight and get in your beautiful bed and just, check that box kind of thing. So it's worked for me. I mean, it's one of the tools that I use. It's so minute, but it helps.
The first time I heard of that was they had a Marine and he was saying that, it's like, make your effing bed, or maybe he didn't say effing, but he was talking about make your bed. And we decided we got to put our spin on it. So make your bed. You've got one thing done. Okay. Step 2, you really want to go on a limb? You really want to be productive? Take a picture. Send it.
There you go.
You've completed 2 things already. Your day could be done. You can go back to bed now. You've got 2 things under your belt. It's a Monday. What are you doing? Go back to bed, man. You already did 2 things.
Right.
Made your bed. Took a picture.
And partook in bothering Anna.
Yeah. Do that every day.
Do it every day.
Oh, she's going to be blocking a bunch of people. But
no, she won't. She wants me to tell her why people are doing it.
I just want to know how long it's going to take for her to... is it going to be 10 pictures? Is it going to be like the 3rd one?
I don't know, but do it. Please do it.
I can see Anna just going, please stop sending me pictures of your bed. It's cool that you made it, bro. But stop. I don't need to see your bedroom. I'm going to block you if you send me one more. I think she would just do something like that. But hey, if she does, just forward it to Corey at 217recovery.com.
I want to see him too. Yeah, send him to us too.
Might just get a t-shirt out of it.
There you go. There you go. It's part of the challenge. You might get a t-shirt.
Got t-shirts for days.
T-shirts for days.
Sort of. All right. Well, thanks for listening again tonight. I appreciate it. I know Marney does as well. Mm-hmm. And
thank you for your support, everybody.
Yeah, check out the app, Google Play. Oh, I submitted it to the Apple Store.
You did?
Yeah, the App Store.
Finally.
Which they say it could take a couple weeks, so I'm like, you'll get an email, they say. All right. Will I? Yeah, we will.
Well, that's exciting.
When you get that. So it's in the Google Play Store. Get the app. A lot easier to read the blogs. It takes you right to the podcast. I mean, if you want to listen on iHeartRadio or Apple Podcasts, if you got your system down already, that's cool. But it's on the app, man. If you want to get that and just have it right there on your phone, you can go there for resources, pictures, stuff like that as well. So really do appreciate it. Have a great day, and we'll talk to you on Tuesday.
Bye.
Thanks for listening to the 217 Recovery Podcast. For more episodes plus bonus features, download the 217 Recovery app.